All right. So my mic was muted, but I just wanted to welcome everyone who is joining me on live stream, whether you're streaming from Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok. We're live. Listen, and this is going to be a good conversation. We're talking about getting pretty and being paid, okay? Yeah, this is what it's about. So come on, share this live stream. Make sure that you are paying attention because listen, you just had Christmas dinner, okay? Just had Christmas dinner and you're preparing and you're thinking about what's going to happen for the new year. What better time than now to actually get ready, get ready, get ready. So, this is our pretty and paid experience. This is the my solo time with you guys, but guess what? My calendar is booked out for January, okay? So not only do I have folks who are extremely successful, but I even have folks who are just starting out. So if you've ever been on the fence about content creation and how this whole thing works, you're going to hear it from multiple perspectives. So I am just going to connect right now to TikTok so that we can deep dive with our pretty and paid experience. That's my Oprah Winfrey. Paid. ah. Okay. All right. So let's do it. All right, TikTok, we are about to go live with you, and we're already live on Facebook. So let me put my TikTok on the stand so that we all can be a part of this, okay? 1 second. Hello, Ricardo. Welcome to our live stream. You have come to the right place at the right time, Ricardo. So welcome. Those of you who are joining us, who are locked in. If you are not aware of what's happening this morning, yes, the morning after Christmas, some of you call it Boxing Day. Others of you may have different names for what today is, but I call this a day of prosperity. I call this a day of possibility. I call this a day precious that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it, okay? So if you are happy to be alive this morning, I just type in the chat, blessed. I see your amens. Yes, listen, this is not Sunday, but we can have church any day, okay? Because we have so much to be grateful for. Isn't that right? And y'all, I'm so fired up right now. I didn't even take my recharge. I didn't even take my vitamin C gummies, but just hold on for a second. I'm gonna go get it. My kids in the background, they laughing at me. It be your own kids who be trying to steal your thunder, okay? But listen, not today, all right? So yeah, look, check this out. I am feeling very full because yesterday your girl ate, okay? But today I'm going to make sure that my body is slowly getting back to what I know it should be like. And we're going to have our apple cider vinegar gummies. So y'all can take that with me. If you don't have your apple cider vinegar gummies, go ahead and see the link in my bio because that's where you'll get you some of these. Okay. This helps with rebooting your system, making sure that your gut is realigned. So if you're a person, you tend to wake up groggy and you feel like you just want to go back to sleep, it's bloat. It's gas in your belly. And before we got put on to these apple cider vinegar gummies, I don't know about you, but I was taking like little shots, Marcus, of apple cider vinegar. And it would feel good after some time, but those initial shots mixed with water, Precious, no bueno. I felt like the lining in my stomach was being eaten up by acid. So it's very harsh on your belly, but it's good for you. However, you have to make sure that you do it in a safe way. These apple cider vinegar gummies are the safest way that I've known to actually take apple cider vinegar and not have the damage. That's number one. Number two is the recharge. So if you are used to getting your coffee in the morning, but you don't like coffee anymore because it's staining your teeth, or you still like coffee, but you realize it gives you the shakes, or you may love coffee and it doesn't have any of those effects to you, but you want to have something that is more beneficial to your body. If that's you, Shander, listen, the recharge is what you need. I'm just helping y'all get your mindset and your body ready for today's conversation about getting pretty and paid. And you cannot be pretty or paid without products, all right? the three of them go together. So let me go ahead and get my recharge, and I'm going to get some water so we can officially launch this thing. Okay. So go ahead and type in the chat. Tell me where you are joining me from, whether you are in Towson, whether you're in Marbella, whether you are in Chagaramas, like type it in the chat. Let me know who's in the building, okay? I want to know if I stepped into the right place where you're coming with energy. You're coming with the energy that is required for 2026, because 2026, Mia, is all about being pretty and paid. The two can live together, but remember, it's a trifecta, so you cannot be pretty and paid. Hello, Cantana, welcome. Uber Heights, Ohio. We got to get to Ohio, okay, baby? So listen, you cannot be pretty and paid unless you have the one thing. Somebody tell me what that one thing is. If you've been listening, Precious, you know what that one thing is that you got to have for that trifecta of being pretty and paid. You got to have your products, all right? Got to have these products. So I'm going to go ahead and get my recharge. Thank you, boo-boo. That's for me? Yes, thank you so much for my water. My baby know what I need. So this is going to help me with my recharge drink, and I got to go get my products. I see you, Trinidad. What part of Trinidad, Precious? You talking to your girl like I don't know my way about in these streets. Are you joining me from Aranjuez? Are you joining me from, let me see, shout out some names. Port of Spain, okay? You got to have in the chat. Let me know specifically. Okay, San Juan. I love it. 1 second. All right, my people. So I see you in the chat. Yes. Okay. So y'all are being real with me. Y'all telling me where you're from. Awesome. So just this is how I get my day started. And if you want your start to your day to be energetic, you want it to be, like you can actually move. I actually skip breakfast a lot of times because once I eat, if I'm eating the wrong thing, I feel like I don't want to do anything after that. I don't know who's with me. Do y'all feel like that sometimes? Like start off ambitious and then you feel sluggish because of what you ate. So the recharge is what I use. Remember, you cannot be pretty and paid unless you have your product. And so I'm using my recharge. I'm going to take 1 scoop of this. It's a sugar-free vegan product that I have in my store. So go ahead and click the link in my bio. And guess what? Just mix that with some water. If you want to put it in like a smoothie, you can. I like to just have mine straight because drinks fill me up. And that's a strategy right there. If you want to lose weight, get you some product that you can just put in a drink, and that's going to fill you up. Yeah, you may not get the same satisfactory sensation that you're used to, with eating food, but you're going to feel full. And then when you feel full, Kantana, you're going to realize that the whole time it's been a mindset thing and not actually a need thing, right? We eat for taste and not for nutrition. I know I'm calling some of y'all out, Faith. You've been walking around feeling sluggish, feeling not like yourself because, Demetrius, you've been eating for the flavor, but not for what it's doing for your body, okay? Yes, all the way from Rosedale, Maryland. Okay, we in here. We are in here, and we are in here to have a conversation about being pretty and paid. And fellas, don't count yourself out because you may not qualify for the pretty part, okay? It's okay, because what I have for you is not just for women who want to be pretty always, but it's also for my men. How you may ask? Well, guess what? You may have a woman in your life who you want to make sure she stays pretty, okay? Y'all want to make sure your women stay pretty. Or you may, in fact, love to speak to women so much. Listen, guys, if you're single and you're not trying to go into your next year as a bachelor and you're really trying to prospect to make some connections, some love connections, guess what? Get you some product. Get you some product and just go and speak to people about it. Women who absolutely love the concept of being pretty and paid. And if that is you and you are like, Chantel, tell me more, go ahead and type in my DM paid, okay? That's how we stepping in, Precious, into 2026. So let me take my little shot of recharge. Oh man, that's good. I've actually never had it with cold water because I didn't think it would dissolve properly, but you can leave it there, baby. No, honey. It has caffeine. It has caffeine in it. My son is trying
Wait, it
to.
smells like orange juice.
It does smell because it has vitamin C in it.
Well, can I have it?
No, you need to go and eat your food, honey. This is a little commercial break. Y'all see how popular the recharge is? Come on, type in the chat. Charge. You got to get charged up about your dreams. And so I want to just demonstrate for you what life looks like on the other side of settling. Somebody type in the chat, settle. Precious, I see you. Charge. You got to charge your body up. No, ma'am. Oh, that's your. How you write, girl? No. So, what life looks like when you decide that you are going to settle for a life that you know you are not meant to settle for any longer. I'm gonna tell you what it looks like. Let me see if I can get my mirror going on so y'all don't have to twist your eyes around looking at how these words are coming about. Let me see. Nope, I'm gonna have to research that, dog, because I don't know how we can mirror it, but it doesn't matter. Okay, y'all can do some. I'm gonna speak, and as I speak, y'all gonna see the words. Okay, so this is what life looks like. This is what life looks like when you are settling and not excelling. And when I talk about excelling, I'm not talking about being at the highest height and you're too high up that you can't come down. I'm gonna need you to stop. I'm talking about what life looks like when you don't have goals and dreams for yourself. When you have been so caught up in planning year after year, new year resolutions, new year, new me type of vibes, but you've actually never committed to that goal. You know what life looks like when that happens? Somebody type in the chat life so I know I'm with you. Life looks like this. It looks just like this. It looks like you going in a circle, never landing or arriving at where you know God has called you to be. And if you look at this circle good enough, you realize that it is so messy. And why is life messy? Because without systems, without planning, without a purpose and a vision, Dolores, guess what? You're going to keep going in circles. Not you. But I know there's some of you who I'm calling out right now that, listen, Precious, you know people around yourself, and they keep saying that they want a different life, but they refuse to do what it takes to get a different life. Listen, the days are gone where there's some government program that's going to rescue you and get you the life that you desire. You really have to make a determination that I'm not going to let the next year and the year after that to be me going in a circle, going in the same place, thinking that I'm progressing because I'm moving. Some of you right now, you think that just because the year is changing, Starboy, that automatically you're going to change. Automatically you're going to get the success that you desire. Automatically things are going to get better. And I want to tell you, guess what? It is not automatic. It's not automatic, because when you understand just how life works, you go into it not expecting things to just happen because you look good or because you're living good or because your parents did right by you. No, you go into life having a sober perspective. Somebody type in the chat, sober. A sober perspective that the life that you want, you're going to have to go out and get it. That the life you want, you cannot just sit idly by hoping that things change just because the year on the calendar is changing. No. It is something that is not a default. It's not a default program. It's not like you open up your computer and you're by default gonna have access to the internet. No, it's not default. It is by design. Somebody type in the chat, by design. You see, the scripture says that many are the plans of a man's heart, but it is the Lord who orders her steps. It's the Lord that orders his steps. And if you want your steps in 2026 to be ordered, guess what? You're going to have to get in alignment. Somebody say in alignment. Ganesh, hello, welcome. I see you. Dolores, I see you. Ganesh, I see you, Shistra. Like, y'all are locked in. Because those of you who are here, you recognize that, listen, my 2026 has to look a lot different than my 2025, than my 2024. And if that is you, I want you to type in the chat, paid. Paid, because this pretty and paid experience, I want you to know that it's deep. It is not surface level where I'm just going to show up and be cute and then automatically my life is going to change. No, it's not that I'm going to just create content and get on the internet and bang my content out. I see you, Precious. I see you, and Kantana. I see those of you who are truly in alignment because I see you typing in the chat. I see you hearting it up. Okay, because if you want to live a life that does not require you to work hard in order for you to make it. I'm not saying hard work isn't beneficial, but there are ways when you have products, for example, that you can live a life that does not require you to feel like you're losing your life. Come on, Dolores. You can live a life that honors who you are. You can live a life where you can be in your living room and record content, give benefits to people, just share what you got, be authentic, and guess what? You can get paid. That's the whole concept of pretty and paid. I just broke it down for you in less than 30 seconds. It's about showing up in partnership with God, asking him, Lord, you said that, the steps of a righteous man, a righteous woman is ordered by the Lord. So I want you to order my steps. And not only do I want you to order my steps, but I want you to put a plan in place. Somebody type in plan. Hello, Night, I see you. I want you to put a plan in place that will allow me to show up as who you created me to be, and I get paid for it. That is the plan that God has for you. He says that he has given you many, many gifts. He has given you not only the gifts, but he's given you the ability to spread it. Spread your gifts around. What is that? Man, social media. Social media, being willing to be less of a consumer and a producer. You see, because those who get paid are the ones who are producing way less than they consume. In fact, I saw an article, I forget which magazine it was, but I saw an article that said, Emirates, that those tech giants, the Zuckerbergs of the world, the Jeff Bezos of the world, all of those tech gurus that we know have all the money and all the technology and all of that, the technology that they use, like the iPads and the tablets and the phones, they don't even allow their own children to use it. Think about that. They have produced these incredible products that they don't even allow their children to consume. Why is that? Because when you look at the relationship between the producer and the consumer, the producer is always going to put out products that the market can benefit from, and it does improve their life. A good producer does that, right? However, that same producer knows that not everything that they produce, they should actually use. Case in point, there are people who are promoting payday loans, and in Trinidad, if you're not familiar with payday loans, it's just like a loan that can help you to get some money in a short period of time, but it's going to cost you on the interest rate. It's going to tax you real good. And so they promote products that they themselves wouldn't use. But is it good for people who are actually looking for money in a short period of time and don't have any other options? Absolutely. But if you are continuously being a consumer and being on the receiving end of somebody's product that they may not even use themselves, guess what? You're in trouble. You're in trouble. And I hope that sobers you up, that you kind of take a pause and say, I want to see how I can be a producer. I want to see if I can be one of those producers that not only takes a product, but believes in a product, and then I get paid because there are people who are consuming my products. Now that is a boss position. Now that is being pretty and being paid. That's being purposeful and being paid. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, all can be in the same community together. And I think that a lot of times we get so caught up in thinking that a business has to look a certain way, or we have to be a certain way in order for us to make it. Shayna, this is a reminder. Show up as who you are. You already have everything you need to succeed. I'll never forget when I was going through my circle of frustration, my circle of desperation, my circle of annoyance with myself, because I felt like I had so many things on the inside of me that I wanted to say, that I wanted to do, but I kept looking at the competition, or I kept looking at what I didn't have in the distance, or what I wanted in the future, and nothing was actually showing up for me because I was not showing up for myself. I wanted it more than I was willing to work for it. I desired it more than I was willing to strap up my boots and get busy. And I'll never forget, my husband told me, he's like, Chantel, you've got all the ingredients that you need. You just gotta mix that pot. You just gotta mix the pot. And maybe he used the cooking analogy because he's Caribbean and we all about food and ingredients, right? But seriously, he's like, you've got it all. You just got to mix the pot. And it's not to say that I was perfect, because I am far from perfect. Never have been, never will be, never presume to be, never want to be, actually. However, what he was saying by that message was, you already have it. The broken parts of you is already good enough for someone who's even more broken. The broken parts of you are even good enough for those who are restored, but they remember when they were in pieces. Like, every flaw that we have is of benefit. The Bible says that God works all things together for the good of those who love him and who are called according to his purpose. And I believe, by the fact that you are dialed in today on the day after Christmas, where you can be wrapped up in your sheets, you could be eating that leftover turkey, leftover ham, jam, pastel, all of that. You decided to lock in because you are looking for the shift. Somebody type in shift. If you are looking for that shift in your life, type in shift. Because the shift comes when you decide that you want it. I'm gonna just take a brief commercial break. Just as I see your comments come in, type in shift. Type in shift, Shania. Type in shift, Delore. Listen, all of you who are here, I just celebrate you. Clap, clap, clap for yourselves. I'm about to take my recharge so I can get to part 2 of our conversation today. Pretty and paid. How can I help you, love? This is my commercial breaks. What's up? You don't want anything, huh? You just want me to see you? All right, so pretty and paid. I see it. I see you guys. Dilly, I see you. I see you guys. You want the shift. You want the shift. But the shift cannot happen, guess what? Until you do something differently. You see, 99.9% of our success is not actually showing up. People say that, but it's not showing up. 99.9% of our success is showing up with strategy. Now, how many of you on here have had your little stab at content creation or selling something online? Go ahead and type in the chat if you have had an experience with selling something online or content creation. Because what I want to show you are the 4 levels of income. This is very important, so make sure you have your notes so that as I'm talking and writing, you can write it down. Now, I know for some of you, my text might be mirrored, so you can't actually see the words, but I'm going to explain to you what I'm talking about. So this is what life looks like when we are stuck repeating the same cycles year after year. But the shift happens. Y'all said y'all wanted the shift, so I'm explaining to you what the shift looks like. The shift looks like this when you tap into the 4 levels of income. What's the first level of income? Well, at the very lowest level of income, you have what's called implementation. Okay? Now, implementation, the reason why it's so big, Dolores, is because that's where most people are, right? The space is wide, Summer, for a lot of people to be on that lowest level, implementation. And we need implementers, people who are willing to work with their hands and they are willing to, put on the steel-toe boots and get to work. Because if it's not for those people, then guess what? Our roads wouldn't be fixed, our garbage wouldn't be taken out. Like, we need implementers, people who work with their hands, right? Even our salon owners and those types of people, like, we need those people to make the world run. But guess what? That is not the best way to make money. Somebody type in the chat a $, because we're talking about being pretty and paid, right? But that's not the best way to make money. Why? Somebody answer that question. Why? Why is that not the best way to get paid? It's because those who implement, they have to show up, Josh, in order to be paid. They've actually got to wake up out of their beds. They've got to brush their teeth and put on clothes and leave their homes and drive somewhere or catch the public transportation. They've got to move out of their comfort zone, their space of residence, Kantana, in order for them to make money. And I remind you, there's no shame in that. Some of you may be building your business and clocking into a 9 to 5. You may be building your business and signing into that 8 to 4. So there's nothing wrong with having some stable income as you're building, but you cannot stay there. Somebody say, I won't stay. I won't stay. I won't stay there. And so we want to move from this lowest level of income earning, which is implementation, and start to ascend a little higher. If you agree with me, I want you to type in the chat, high, or you can just do an arrow, high. Let's move a little higher, okay? Because the higher you go up, the more money you make. I see you, Katana, absolutely, you're with me. So implementation, then after we reach the implementation level, there is unification. All right, so at the unification level, getting a little higher, you are more of a manager, right? So you're a person who is able to get paid a little bit more because you're not relying on your own efforts to make the income. You are actually unifying people at a multitude of levels for you to get the income. And that's a beautiful thing, right? You're like, okay, I can handle John, I can handle Sarah, I can handle all of these people, and your employers are looking at you and they're like, okay, this is a leader in my organization. Richard, I can handle that. I can give him more money. Rachel, I can pay you more money because you're unifying other people's efforts in order to make the company rich. But guess what? Somebody say, that's not it. That is not it, Jennifer. That is not where the big money is. Yes, you may make more money than the folks at the implementation level, but unification only gets you but so far. And in fact, you may find yourself more stressed at the unification level than you were when you were just at the implementation level. Why? Because now you got to deal with more people, right? At first, it was just about your efforts, Rachel. At first, it was just about you showing up, you clocking in, and you getting paid. But now, as you reach higher, guess what, Simone? More money, more problems. And the crazy part about it is, it's not your money all the way. Now, if you were in business and you had to hire a team, then you're getting a good, pretty portion from the unification. But here, you're still at a job. So somebody say, I want to go higher. If you want to know what that next level is, type in the chat higher. And I want to see you hearting it up, Chico. I want to see you hearting it up, Simone. Listen, if you come to this place to say that 2026 will not be the same as 2025, I need to see the hearts going. I need to see the conversation happening in the chat because I'm about to unlock some things for you guys that was previously shut down, okay? We are about to unlock your purpose. We are about to unlock the possibility that exists on your life for the mere fact that you are alive. And I pray that you are well. Like, this conversation today is going to be brief, but it's going to be brilliant. And the reason why it will be brilliant is because you're going to get a level of understanding that you have not had. And not because it's me, but because the time for you to experience the shift in your life, you felt it for a while. And this conversation is just a confirmation that the shift is about to take place, and you've got to get ready for it. You've got to get prepared for it. You've got to desire it so much that even the tips and the strategies that you get, you're going to see, I'm not sitting on it this time. I'm not going to let another shift pass me by. I'm going to DM Chantel the word paid. And I don't know what that means. I don't even know what is on the other side of that DM that I'm going to send her. But what I do trust is that feeling in my heart that I've been feeling for a while, that I need a shift in my life. I trust that she's the person who's going to help me. I trust that because she showed up when other people are sleeping, because she showed up and she was willing to share, I know there's something good on the other side. Absolutely it is. This is your season, trooper, to be pretty and paid, to be prosperous and paid. There's nothing wrong with being and having a conversation about wealth. I think we need to take that stigma out of it. Nothing wrong with talking about it. Let's talk about the next level of income earning. So we spoke about implementation, unification. Now, the third level, this is level 1, level 2, level 3. The third level is communication. You see, people at the communication level, you've seen them. You're actually looking at one right now. I'm a communicator, right? I am the person who's willing to speak, show up online, show up on stages, show up and just speak and share wisdom, okay? And at the communication level, the reason why it's one of the highest paid levels of the 4 levels of income earning is that at this level, you hold the mic. And the person who holds the mic also holds the check. Ooh, what do I mean by that? At this level, you're not waiting for the CEO to speak. You are the CEO. At this level, you're also not waiting for someone to give you a stage, okay, speakers? You are the stage. You're willing to show up on your camera. You're willing to post some videos. You're willing to show up with the access and the tools that you already have because you know that he or her who holds the mic also holds the check. This is the communication level. I don't want you to miss this because at this level, you are recognizing that there is wealth in your words. I know Hugs, you can't see it because the mirror. Let me try to do the reverse mirror image on my TikTok because I know my Facebook and Instagram. I think y'all can see it. All right, let me let y'all see this because I know you want to probably do screenshots and all of that. No, I can't flip my camera that way. Mirror my video. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, there it is. Now you're gonna look at my funny handwriting. So at this level of income, communication, you recognize that there is power in your words and there is profit in when you speak. So no longer are you going to just be cavalier about how you speak, what you say, and how you talk on the internet. You're going to be more intentional because you know that every word that comes out of your mouth, there is wealth attached to it. Every word that comes out of your mouth, there's a person on the other side of your content who's looking to see, oh, is this my next coach? Oh, is this my next business partner? You recognize now that monetization is in your mouth. Right, Danny? And so having this newfound appreciation for this third level of income earning is going to make you be more aware, hey, yeah, I can stay on social media for an hour, or I can pick up my phone and talk to the people about the experiences that I've gone through, talk to the folks about the products that I have. I can actually use my communication to speak to the people and make a profit. Oh, y'all, listen, y'all not ready. Y'all not ready to be pretty and paid because if you are, I would see the hearts. I would see Lily hearting it up. I would see you in the chat typing it up. Pretty and paid. Y'all, I just cracked it down for you. I broke it down and gave you the formula. Your mouth, your words, your intention when you go on social media, not being a consumer, but being a producer, having the trifecta of what you need to actually tap into this new economy. Being willing to show up, that's the pretty part. You ain't even got to be pretty, y'all. Listen, you ain't got to be. But you do definitely have to try to look your best because people buy what they believe. So the pretty part, we got that squared away. Come with your flaws, come with your imperfections, but show up as your best. Okay, Avish, what's the next formula for this trifecta? We got the pretty part down. Listen, products. You've got to have your products genuinely elevate. You got to have it, okay? Because with your products, that's the only way that you're going to tap into the next level of this trifecta, which is the paid part. Do you know from these products that I just spent the last couple of minutes with you drinking? Very refreshing. That's the recharge. I just spent the last 3 minutes with you guys drinking these products, eating my gummies, okay? And I got so much more that I probably do off camera because it's part of my morning routine, my daily routine. Do you know from these products, I get paid 50% commission off of every product that I sell? So if you've thought about like the affiliate marketing thing and, being a brand influencer, whatever, you've thought about it, right? Because you've seen them checks and you believe that people can put out content and get paid online. Guess what? You can't do it without product. And this is by far the best products that I have personally used and told people about who've had similar or even better results than me that I have ever promoted. And I've gotten checks, okay? Before I tapped into working for myself and having my own company and being able to have my link in my bio and people go to my shopping cart and buy my health and wellness products. Before that, I thought content creation and getting paid to be me, your boy, that's your username. I thought literally that the only way to make money was to partner with companies. They pay me a check, either in a small commission, like 3%, 10%. Listen, those are okay if you get a lot of sales, but listen, it's nothing like a 50% commission, okay? So I had those partnerships. I grew my TikTok page from 200 to 15,000 followers in less than 3 months. I've got millions of views between Instagram and YouTube and Facebook on my reels. And so businesses see that, they get excited about it. They're like, oh, well, she can talk about my products and promote them. So I was cool with that. But when I discovered, Alex, that there was a better way, somebody type in the chat, better way. There was a better way. I said, I need to tap into that, Hugs, and I need to get locked in. And when I got locked in, guess what? I unlocked the trifecta of how you're going to be pretty and paid, Precious. And how is that? If you're following me, you should know this. It's about showing up as who you are. That's the pretty part, because you are fearfully and wonderfully made. So you may not think yourself pretty, guys. You may not consider yourself handsome, but I think you're gorgeous. I think you're beautiful because you are unique. God only made one version of you, and that makes you rare. And Avish, that makes you special. So that's the pretty part. Let's just make that very clear. And then the hidden component of pretty and paid is having product. And that's how you're going to get paid. Being willing to speak about it. That is the second level, or the third level rather, of how you make income. Communication. So whether you're on your phone, whether you're on the stage, whether you are speaking and gathering people around in the community, whatever it is, communication is the source. So don't come here. Don't DM me, Avish. I know you're about to DM me the word paid because you want to know how you can be pretty, purposeful, and paid. For my guys, we'll replace the pretty part with purposeful, so you know that this conversation includes you too. Being purposeful and paid. DM me the word paid. Guess what? I'm gonna tell you about communication. So if you're someone who really wants to shift your life in 2026 with this trifecta of being pretty, having products, and being paid, DM the word paid. But I'll tell you, fair warning, as your coach, you DM me the word coach. You DM me the word paid. That means that you are giving me a signed agreement that you're willing to allow me to work with you, to partner with you, to help you see the possibility and the potential in yourself that you may not see. Like, it's there. You ever get kind of like teed off with yourself because you're just like, man, I know I can do that. I know I've been sleeping on myself. Like, I know that I can actually do what they're doing, and I could probably do it a little better. Not in a conceited way, but you just know the gifts that God gave you, right? So you feel that inside, but you don't do nothing with it, right? let's call it what it is, because we are having a carefrontation type of conversation. Like, I care about you, but I'm also going to make sure I confront that little person on the inside of you, that little person that's holding you back, that's making you play safe, that's causing you to say, I don't really need it. It would be nice, but I don't really need it. That is the person I want to call out today. So when you DM me the word paid, Yoni, welcome to the live stream. Guess what? We're going to talk about how to get paid and making your mouth your monetization, putting money through your mouth, okay? Not literally, but figuratively speaking. So what is that next level of income earning? Somebody say next level. Type it in the chat, next level. I'm not going to go to the next level until I see some next levels in the chat. So y'all let me know if y'all want to know the next level or not. If y'all don't want to know the next level, that's fine. We can talk about something else. But if you want to know what comes after you build wealth with your words, if you want to know what comes after the communication level of income, let me see it in the chat. Next level. Hello, Trooper. Welcome back. Sweet boy. Okay, I got my fellas in the building. Let me know where you're joining me from. Once you write next level, just type in the chat where you're joining me from. Right? Because, listen, when we talk about this idea of showing up as you are, getting paid to be yourself, it's going to require, Precious, I see you, darling. Raymond, I see you. Type in the chat. Welcome to the live stream. Type in the chat, next level, okay? It's going to require you to think a lot differently, not a little differently. It's going to require you to think a lot differently, because we have been conditioned because of school that in order to make money, it has to be hard. I'll tell you, Dolores, one of my best months so far, hey, somebody type in the chat, so far, was making $80,000 in a month from home. That was a major shift that was a major shift for me, because I realized that I am creating so much value in this world. And it's not that I was doing anything crazy either, right? But people who had the money thought enough of what I had to offer that they were willing to have an exchange with me, value for value, Kathleen. And when I realized that I didn't have to do anything, do any tricks, become a midnight ballerina, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have to do any of that in order to make that level of income. I was like, okay, yeah, no, I can never go back to that, to thinking differently. And so when I tell you that it's going to require you to think a little differently and know what's possible, like, until you're able to think that it's possible, it will never be possible for you. Wow. Until you're able to think and know that it's possible, it would never be possible for you. And that brings me to my next level of communication, or next level of income earning, which is imagination. Wow. Imagination. Who would have thought that at the highest level of earning income, Tabitha, we're looking at using your mind? We're looking at using your mind, those ideas that you keep getting in the middle of the night, those ideas that will not allow you to sleep, those ideas that have been sitting in your journal, sitting in your notes app on your phone, those ideas, that is what's going to put you at the highest level of earning income. And that's why I love what I have for some of you. Now, what I have for you is not for everyone. And I want to be very clear, because those who it is for, those who are going to DM the word paid to me and want to partner with me, let me tell you how I know you're my people. I don't care where you're from. You could be in Trinidad, Tyler. You could be in the US, Canada, whatever. I'm international, baby. Okay. But those of you who are going to partner with me to have that shift in 2026, they recognize, number one, that they are tired of being the implementers. Yes, it's been good. Yes, it's been a blessing that you've been able to earn an income from your skills and, from your smarts and all of that. But you're tired of it. You're ready for that shift. You are like, I'm getting a little older. I'm tired of working by myself. I'm tired of working for somebody else. Like, I want to do something a little differently. I'm tired of having a service-based business, and I want some products. That when I go to sleep, I know my website is working and people can just click and buy. You're my people. You're also my people. And those of you who are going to DM the word paid, this is how you know that we can align. You're like, yeah, I got some success in my life. Listen, I'm not starting from the bottom. I've made some wins. I got a nice house, got a couple of properties, or just one, got a car. I got something to my name, but I realized that I cannot do this for the next 15, 20, or 30 years. Like, I can't be the unifier. I can't continue to work for a company that doesn't fully appreciate what I have to offer. I can't continue to work for a company that doesn't appreciate me enough to pay me what I think I should be earning at this phase. Like, that's my people right there. Those are my folks who are at the unification level. You're maybe C-suite executive, perhaps you're a manager, or even a supervisor, but you're working your way up to get promoted. But you're like, no, I can't. I don't think I can put in another 10 years. I don't think I can put in another 20 or 30 years. You're my people, DM the word paid. My next qualifier to show me that you're ready for this shift and you're trying to tap into this pretty and paid experience, or for my fellas, prosperous and paid experience. Guess what? You're willing to talk. You're like, yeah, precious. I learned some things over the years. I got something to say. I got a story in my belly that I need to get out. I'm ready. I want to talk. I'm tired of just scrolling on my phone and absorbing other people's content, or I'm tired of posting, Michelle, and not really getting the likes and the follows that I want. But I know that if I did a shift or if I had some coaching, we could get this thing rolling. That's you. You're not shy about willing to open your mouth. You're not shy about knowing that you've got something to say. You're not even embarrassed about it. Yes, you may not have done it before and you don't know how it's going to work out, but you're like, I know I got a mouth and I know I can use it. DM me the word paid. The next person who is going to be at this highest level of earning income is those who are willing to use their imagination. Think about it. Had it not been for Jeff Bezos thinking that there could be something that allows people to just order online and get packages shipped directly to their home in less than a day, we wouldn't have Amazon today. Even down to folks like our civil rights icon. Had it not been for Martin Luther King and all of his compadres thinking that we could live in a world without racism and people could actually be equal to an extent, then guess what? We would not have the freedoms that we have today. So at this highest level of earning income, you've got to use your mind. You've got to be willing to say, I know God's given me some ideas and I'm willing to implement them. I'm willing to use my imagination and bring in some money. If that's you, DM the word paid. DM the word paid. Because for those of you who DM the word paid, we're going to talk about it. We're going to get very focused to do life and earn income without it taking away from our lives. Like, how many of you want to live the what the scripture says? Beloved, Sierra, listen, the scripture says, beloved, I wish above all things that you may prosper, even as your soul prospers. So yes, God designed us to work, but guess what? We've got to use wisdom. If there was a way, Sandy, that you can make money from your home, would you want to know about it? If there was a way that you can take your ordinary conversations, Kantana, and turn them into cash flow, would you want to know about it? If that is you, you should not even wait. You need to run right now to my DMs and DM the word paid. Because we're talking about the trifecta of being pretty and paid. Oops, I didn't give you the third one. Because I said trifecta, but I only gave you two, the pretty and paid, the purposeful and paid. What is that third component? Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you asked, Sarah. I'm glad you asked. That third component is having products, okay? Products. So listen, I am here for a good time, but not a long time. And we just had a good time. Listen, we had a good time on this live stream. I saw your energy. I saw that you're ready for a shift. And listen, I'm just here to be confirmation that this feeling that you've been feeling over the course of these last couple of months, even this last year, people like, oh man, I can't wait for 2025 to get out of here. 2026 has to be the difference maker. You're like, 2026 is my year to get rich. You're like declaring and decreeing all over the place, Anderson. And guess what? I agree with you. The life that you want truly wants you. So consider me and us being locked into this live stream the day after Christmas as your divine reminder. Not because I'm divine. Oh God, I'm far from it. But I was sent. I was sent to remind you that there's more for you than against you. And yes, you've experienced some trials, you've experienced some tribulations, you've had probably the hardest year of your life. I would say for me, I've actually had the hardest year of my life this year. But guess what? I'm still standing. Guess what, Mike? I am still here. And I'm also not just standing, but I'm also standing in support and locking arms with you. If you DM the word paid, I'm locking arms with you. And we are going to take your life to the next level in 2026. It is your year. I don't care what people say, oh, don't claim it's your year and you didn't do anything last year. No. Scratch that, Emirates. Scratch that. Claim it as your year. But what you have to do to ensure that it is going to be your year and it will look a lot different than last year, you gotta partner. You gotta lock arms. And so I'm inviting some of you, you know who you are because you tuned into this live stream or you're watching a replay. Guess what? I'm partnering with you to help you to get pretty and paid. And I want to congratulate you in advance. And if you're watching this on replay, I will look out for your message as well. Until then, y'all take care. Have a blessed rest of your day, and we'll talk again soon. Bye-bye.